this hoe.
We in here. So, the other day, I was on Facebook, and I ended up having a little debate with, it was on a post, and I had a little debate about, pretty much, are you able to have a savings account? Or is it a privilege to have a save, or to be able to afford to have a savings account? And obviously, if any of y'all know me, when it comes to money, I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like everybody should know what they're doing when it comes to money. It's not rocket science. So I think everybody should be capable of having a savings account.
I agree.
And man, I have it right here, but I said, here's the post is right here. Hold on just a second. Let me read it out. My bad. I have to find it. Let me exit out of it. Okay. It says, and I quote, having a savings is a privilege. You have to be able to afford to save money. Most people are living check to check, and you're asking why they aren't saving for a rainy day. It's already pouring. And then she proceeded to say, a lot of these jobs don't pay enough for people to be able to save, let alone live comfortably. I think some people have truly never experienced poverty. Having any money left over after bills is a privilege. Having money to be able to pay all of your bills is a blessing. Not everyone can afford to. And then, knowing how I am, I came in there saying, this is the stupidest post I've ever... I was like, this is the stupidest post I've ever seen. And people went in on me. They was saying, it was like, you must not know how it feels to not have this and that. And I said, I was like, if you know how to delegate your money, then everybody should learn how to delegate money. Not saying you should just outright be rich all the time, but I'm saying everybody should learn how to delegate money so when rainy day does happen, you are good to go. And
right.
Then they proceeded to tell me I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying? We had a full-blown debate. So I was going to ask you guys, like, do you feel like it's a privilege to have money, or is it,
a privilege to have a savings?
To having a savings, not money.
Think that
is it a privilege to be able to afford to make a savings account, or should it just be like, this is life, this is how...
I think that it's so dumb to say that it's a privilege to have a saving account. It doesn't cost a lot of people.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can just open up a free saving account.
Exactly.
Banks do it all the time to the point where anybody can go in and have a saving account at this point. And then what are you doing? Oh, how are we going to save if we're doing everyday life? And, it's this much. I got to pay for this, got to pay for that, got to pay for this, got to pay for that. Okay, cool. So what is the this that you're paying for? What is the that you're paying for?
Exactly.
How much is that? Where can you cut costs? You know what I'm saying? Because you can save money. Every successful book that I've read about finances, they all told me to pay myself.
Exactly. That's the first thing I was like, so what is it that you're spending all of your money on? If you say you have Netflix, you have Disney Plus, how expensive is your phone? Do you be going out to drink all the time? Do you go to parties on the regular? You are spending money that you don't have.
Right.
And you're sitting there saying you don't have any money.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't want to be home sitting bored.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you got one job and it's not cutting it, get a second job.
Second job.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's not going to be... There was a point in time where me and Wanda, we had just got married, and she was working, I'm working, and everything was fine. We only had one child. Everything was cool, but as soon as she got pregnant with the twins, she couldn't work that much. I had to get a second job. Then it got to a point where she got later in the pregnancy, when you're pregnant and having multiple babies, they call it a high-risk pregnancy.
Yes.
There was one point where she couldn't work, but I ended up having to get a third job. But they was all piece of shit jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to work these piece of shit jobs because I didn't have one. I didn't know, how to start a business at that time, or I didn't think I could. My thought process back then was very different.
Yeah.
I was thinking I had to go to school to be successful. I didn't have any college education. I had just graduated high school not too long ago. And all I knew was fast food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? However, we still had a saving account. I had one, she had one, we had a joint one.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So
there wasn't much we could put in there, but we still had them.
That's the thing I be telling, like, everybody can save money. As much as you want, people want to be like, oh, if you, what you have is not, or if what you're making is barely making enough for ends meet, then find your ends that you need to meet and see which ones you really need. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you don't need Netflix. You don't need Hulu. You don't need the brand new phone every month. You know what I'm saying? That's cost like $1,000, $1,300. You don't need any of that shit.
That's the. Hey, Carlina, welcome
Hey.
in. We're sitting here talking about a savings account. Is it a luxury? Is it privilege? What are your opinion? What is your opinion? God damn, I can't talk.
Do you think having a savings account is a privilege, or should you just be able to have a savings account? Should that be something that you just naturally should know how to do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I personally don't think it's a privilege. You should just know how to have a savings
it's
account.
not a privilege.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to me, I think that is like one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
Yes.
You know, for what if, you know, people today, they want to buy things to impress people that can't afford what the hell they trying to buy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
you want to
what I'm
impress
saying.
somebody because you got on a Burberry shirt. And I can't afford a Burberry shirt. I know. I love to see it.
Yeah.
But I would like to buy it. However, I know that my money can be used for something else. So I'm not gonna sit here and go buy a Burberry shirt because I know that this person can't afford it. I want to impress them. I'm not trying to impress them. They can't even afford what the hell I got.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not who I'm trying to impress. And that's why people are going broke. You want to, I got Netflix, I got Hulu. How many apps do you have that you have to pay a monthly fee? You know what I'm saying? I have Spotify, I have Hulu, I have Disney Plus, I have Netflix, I have HBO Max, I have Spotify. You know what I'm saying? We have all of those apps.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you have a whole bunch of. Now, don't get me wrong. If you can afford to have it and you're not struggling, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you can have it. But if you down and out, like you can barely make ends meet, freaking your bills are barely getting paid, maybe you need to cut all these luxuries that you got.
Exactly.
Hey,
Tanya. What's up? We ain't here talking about savings accounts. Somebody he got into a debate online with somebody and said that a saving account was a privilege, and so we both disagree with that.
We'll go with the post. The post said having a savings account is a privilege. You have to be able to afford to save money. Most people are living check to check, and you're asking why they aren't saving for a rainy day. It's already pouring. And then she proceeded to say, a lot of these jobs don't pay for people to be able to save, let alone live comfortably. I think some people have truly never experienced poverty. Having money left over after bills is a privilege. Having money to be able to pay all of your bills is a blessing. Not everyone can afford to. And I said, this is the stupidest post I've ever seen because everybody can have a savings. You just have to start cutting back on shit that you don't need. If you know your job pays you $2,000 a month, you know what I'm saying, and your bills are $1,900, what is it that you're spending on, you know what I'm saying, that makes it all the way to $1,900? Is everything that you're spending on a necessity, or are you just spending money on shit that you don't need?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because cutting back, deleting your Netflix, Hulu, all of that can end up being $100 right there. You know what I'm saying? Disney Plus, Hulu, that could be $100. I know a lot of people be like, well, I don't want to just be bored sitting at home. Okay, if you don't want to cut those, are you going out every weekend? Are you spending money going out to eat? Do you not cook at home? Or what are you doing? There's always ways to find money to save.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're spending money on something you don't need right now. And not saying you shouldn't have any vices or luxuries, but if you are really down and out to where you can barely afford shit, then you need to cut shit. It is what it is. Sacrifice for a year or two to get ahead, and then the next year you can do what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I first got my job, I was out to sea for a year straight. I didn't want to be out to sea for a year straight, you know what I'm saying? But I needed that money, so I sat there and did that shit. And then I sacrificed a whole year being away from friends, family, and everybody. And now I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You may just take you just 1 year of being uncomfortable for you to be comfortable for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
So
a lot of
that's-
people don't understand that. Carlina jumped in. She says a saving account should be considered a necessity, but because it protects you.
Mhm.
And I do agree that a savings account should be considered a necessity. I
Yeah.
think everybody should pay yourself. Look at what Tanya said. She said, "Hey, I'm living check to check, but I still put money in my savings." That post is stupid as hell.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
exactly.
and I agree with her. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times I was like, "Oh, well, let me go ahead and put this." I even teach my kids. I don't care how much your check is. You're going to make a deposit into your saving account.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I do that. That is just dumb. That's
The
somebody who's
dumbest thing.
ignorant. That's somebody who doesn't
And
accept
this
accountability
sad-
for their actions.
The sad thing is, obviously, when I came in and commented on the post, I mean, I went in. I was.
What did
about
you
it.
say? Read your first your
Let me
initial.
see. My initial statement to this post was, "This is the stupidest post I have ever seen." Period. And then this, I'm not going to say any names. This
Well,
girl, she
I'll
said,
read her part.
Yeah.
Where she right here?
Yeah, it's her right here.
Oh, only if it goes over your head.
And then I was like, "How can this post go over my head? I can read." You know what I'm saying? I said, "This didn't go over my head. This is just a really stupid post. Anyone and everyone can have a savings account. It's a choice not to." And then we proceeded to go.
Oh, y'all went in.
Yeah, we went in on each other, and then somebody else
There's
chimed
somebody
in.
they joined and they were against you too.
They were against me. Everybody be against me when I be having these debates.
That is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. I don't understand that. DeMarcus jumped in. My parents teach me that a saving is very important for unexpected bills and issues.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
You know
if
what
there
I'm
was a
saying?
point, case in point, that's DeMarcus. You know what, DeMarcus? That was a lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? He understood that.
Exactly.
There was a point where his car was, and he works at Little Caesar. My son works at Little Caesar, and his car was messed up, and he had to pay, I think $600 or something to get it fixed. But he had that money,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, in there. Had he not been saving, then I would have had to use my money to fix that. You see what I'm saying? So
And-
I am preparing them for life. You know what I'm saying? That's an opportunity of learning. You know what I'm saying? Of showing him that, hey, I got to save this money. You never know what's going to
Never
happen.
know what's gonna happen.
Like he said, an unexpected bill, unforeseen bills
Yes.
could happen.
And the thing is, a lot of people want to start saving, quote unquote savings, after they're already like knee deep in debt. Like you already got like 3-4 kids. You're trying to learn how to save. When it's never too late, but it's kind of like it's harder to start and learn how to do it when you're already immersed in life. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You already got kids, you already got all the bills and stuff like that. A place to stay, pay for, you have a car note, and you know what I'm saying? If you're already knee deep in life, then obviously learning how to save or just now learning how to save is going to be hard, but that's why you got to start young. If you have kids, you got to teach them how to save, you know what I'm saying? And eventually teach them how to delegate money, because if y'all know me, you know, I got what I have, you know what I'm saying? And that's because I know how to save.
Right.
So,
Right. And there is nothing, you know, and I tell everybody wasn't not necessarily born. Everybody wasn't raised with the concept of saving.
yeah.
Everybody wasn't given that whole, I call it a luxury. Because sometimes parents, there is no guidebook. They just go for what they know. They
Yeah.
want. They go for what they know by surviving. You know what I'm saying? If the raining is pouring, how the hell can I get through this without getting rained on so much?
Exactly.
They're gonna do what they can. So when it come up to saving, ain't nobody got time to be saving. I need to put my money. You need to pay this. You need to do this. You need to do that. X, Y, and Z. As long as you're showing your kids, then you're gonna do all of this, and then your kids, unless they're willing to break a generational curse, they're gonna fall right back into the same thing, and it's gonna be over and over and over and over again. Then nobody's learning, so yeah, nobody's gonna have a freaking saving.
My thing is, back to what you were saying, that if you're like that and you have kids and you're saying you can never save, then your kids are gonna think, oh, money is. They're gonna eventually grow up thinking the money is the only prize. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or money's gonna be the enemy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that end up growing up. Anyway, a lot of people that end up growing up not having too much money or whatever, they view people that have money as the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it funny because, don't get me wrong, obviously the multi-billionaires, and I'm like, okay, I think they're bad people, but that's a whole different topic. But people that actually are able to live comfortably and not worry about anything, like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have to worry about much. Unless something super major happens, but even then, most things like, oh, my car broke down, I'm not worried about it. Oh, it's $5,000. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm balling like that, but I can take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people just look at someone like me that is just like, hey, the only reason why you have that is because this isn't that. It's because your parents taught you how to do it, or it's because your parents have money, or it's because you was able to save money, or blah blah blah, or it's because you're staying at home, or it's whatever the reason is. You know what I'm saying? Yes, all of those helped me, but it's not the reason why I know how to save. I know how to save because I learned how to fucking save. I knew what not having money does to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think a lot of people lack the concept or the knowledge of how to have a situational awareness.
Yeah.
When you can afford certain things, you don't put yourself in a predicament to where you have to. Like, I used to speed my ass off. Every time I turned around, I was getting fucking ticket after ticket after ticket after ticket, and I was paying them court costs every time. So now I'm like, you know what? Let me not speed so much.
Exactly.
Let me slow down.
It's funny that you said that.
I'm the fucking problem right now. Let me slow down. Oh, okay, look, Kalina jumped in. To be honest, I'm older. I'm just now learning how to do this. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's okay that you're a late starter. As long as you start. Because you have to start somewhere. You can't just go through and not have anything. But you're starting, which is great. Just continue to do what you're doing. Whatever it is, save it. I don't care if you got to save $20 a paycheck, $50 a paycheck. Something got to give.
Where was I? I forgot where I was looking for. But anyways, somebody else chimed in, and then he pretty much was like, no, this dude was funny. He was like, dude, you're the reason all of us are in financial slavery until we die. The system is designed to reward evil. I'm not going to say that made and controlled the system. None of us should have to work to live. None. All jobs should pay enough for a house, a car, and over half do not. Which, okay, if you're working, then obviously you want to work to be able to afford shit. But if you can't afford it, if the way things are right now is not working for you, fucking learn how to adapt. It is what it is. This is the way the world is right now. I know everybody hates it, but you have to learn how to adapt to what you are, where your surroundings. If the job that you have is only paying you $7.25, if you can't get another job that pays more, work another job. Have two jobs. Now you're making, I don't know, fucking $14 an hour. Right. You know what I'm saying? It is something. Figure something out.
Like you said, you're adapting. Yeah. You're trying to fix it. It's up to you.
I'm sorry.
It's up to you. It's that point. That sounds really, really dumb. Like, this person couldn't have thought that through. It's your fault. It's because of people like you why we're in the place. Like,
I was like, what are you talking about? Because I know how to save money?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's the stuff that I don't get. If you don't have the knowledge to learn how to save, go figure it out. I know you have a phone. I know you have your $1,000 phone. Go on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Find a free app.
It's a free app. Go on YouTube. Say how to save money. You can find hundreds, if not millions, of videos.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Teaching you how to save. So, at this point in life, I'm not saying I don't respect people that don't know how to save. Because, again, there are circumstances where it's almost impossible to save.
Right.
Almost like, but if you did it right in the beginning, those things that those circumstances would be. You wouldn't be in those circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't be
because if
in
you
those,
started
yeah.
early, then those later circumstances wouldn't be anything. Like right now, if I were to go get, like I said, if I were in a major accident, the bills would be piled up, but I'd be okay. You know what I'm saying? Hey, also I got insurance. But if I didn't have insurance, I'll still be like, okay, I'm good to go because I mean it'll hurt. It'll definitely hurt
Right.
physically and financially, but I'll still be straight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, if one thing happened, they're fucked. You know what I'm saying? And that paycheck to paycheck life is crazy to me.
Yeah, I definitely
Crazy.
agree. I don't like that either. LaMarcus jumped in. He said, I concur with D. Our parents always taught us the importance of saving. It helps when you need money for something that just popped up out of nowhere. And that's what it is. Wanda jumped in. You couldn't learn your lesson with speeding. I couldn't. I couldn't get my shit together to save my life. But at the end of the day, all of that is about situation awareness. If you know you can't afford a speeding ticket, don't go out here and speed.
Exactly.
If you know you can't afford the kids,
Don't have
if you
the goddamn
can't have,
kids,
if
you know
you
what I'm saying?
if you must have sex, wrap it up.
Wrap it up. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you must have sex, wrap it up.
Now you're sitting
And it's-
here sad and hurt,
Yeah.
dude.
You saying hurt. If you a guy, you slap with some child support. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing taking care of the kids, then
Depending on the female, yeah,
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Some of them should be on child support. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They know who I'm talking to. But the whole situation is dumb. The whole thing is dumb.
Yes. And this thing that pisses me off, not to cut you off, the thing that pisses me off,
Because you did.
I did. I'm really sorry.
But go on.
But again, the thing that pisses me off is not just this one post. There's how many people on this planet? Almost half the planet believe in that sentiment. And I'm like, that is the dumbest. Why are you guys like this? What makes your brain think that you have to be in poverty?
Even like Helena said earlier, she's just starting to do this.
Yeah.
And she's older now. She's just starting to do this. The fact is, at some point, just like you can't blame your mom and your dad about how you grew up, at a certain point, you can't blame nobody for the knowledge that you lack. You can't blame nobody for the things that are going on in your life or how you deal in your relationships.
Yeah.
You have to take accountability and responsibility for the things that are going on. If you didn't know, she didn't, like she said, she didn't know about that stuff growing, like when she became on her own. So she had to figure it out the hard way. Hence why she is where she, in her situation, whatever her situation is, that's what it is. However, she's now trying to do something about that. So now she's saving. So that's not a privilege. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come from money. My kids ain't come from no damn money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? However, I do know after picking up a book or two, you know what I'm saying, or going to, people write articles every day. That's on the internet. That is free.
That's free, telling you exactly what to do to be
Yeah.
able to save money. There's no one way to save money or to be able to get ahead, but there's almost millions of ways to do it. So if one way isn't working for you, find another way. There's plenty.
Yeah,
So
absolutely
that's
right.
the thing. I'm just like, this is the stupidest post I've ever seen. Okay, not the stupidest, but it's one of the stupidest posts
It's
I've ever
very
seen.
dumb.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
stupid.
And the sad thing to me about it is this is really, it's not just my generation, especially the generation below me, but I just find it stupid. I hate it. This makes me not like my generation at all. What are you saying?
Wanda, you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. First of all, Colleen, our mama always had money. Other people's money. She plays too much. But, the whole concept is, what I don't like about it, it sounds like she, or whoever made the post, I don't know if it's a female or whatever, but it sounds like she is not willing to take accountability for what she got going on right now.
That's what I'm saying.
So once you go through what you go through, now you have to figure out, did I learn my lesson in this situation? What is the lesson to learn in this situation? Once you figure it out, how can you avoid this lesson again?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, if it happens again, then
yeah. Like I said, if you are in a position where you are down and out, and it's because of something that happens, okay, I get it, not being able to save anything. But if you're not actively trying to get yourself out the situation, and you're just sitting here complaining, being a keyboard warrior, you know what I'm saying? Then I really don't get why you're like this.
Yeah, there's so many things a lot of people could do. Like you said, if you working, like Tanya said, she worked paycheck to paycheck, but she still found a way to put money into her saving account. You see what I'm saying? So that means she still has, she's drawn back on some luxuries that she would like to have just to make sure she saves. So if something happened, she's in a good place to make sure it's taken care of. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you have those people like this dumbass girl who made this post. Oh, I can't do anything, but I have to have this Starbucks. I have to have this Chipotle bowl.
I have to have
this.
I have to have this.
Yeah, I got to go shopping.
Phone.
First of all, go thrifting. And if you ain't got to go to the store, if you don't got to go shopping, don't go.
Don't go.
Oh, I just saved so much money. You would have saved more if you would have got it. I'm just saying. If
you
don't need
$100, yeah, but you just spent $4. So I mean, I don't know where the savings came from.
Right. So what are you doing? Unless it's something that you need, unless what you're spending that money on is a necessity, then you shouldn't be spending the money.
Point blank.
Have accountability. Wait, I missed the post. Can you touch on that again? Oh, you gotta read. Mike was in a debate earlier this week or so about somebody, and he about to read it now.
Yeah. Okay, so the post said, having a savings is a privilege. You have to be able to afford to save money. Most people are living check to check, and you are asking why they aren't saving for a rainy day. It's already pouring. And then she proceeded to say, a lot of these jobs don't pay enough for people to be able to save, let alone live comfortably. I think some people have truly never witnessed or experienced poverty. Having any money left over after bills is a privilege. Having money to be able to pay all your bills is a blessing. Not everyone can afford to do so. And I told her, this is the stupidest post I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? And people proceeded to try to dig in my ass.
Right. and they will. Want to jump in and say, oh, Carlina jumped in. I had to learn on my own. Mom did not teach us stuff like this, LaWanda. She said no. So no, she's Daryl.
Oh, shoes.
Oh, shoes. No shoes. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. I haven't bought myself a pair of shoes.
I don't think you need to buy yourself
since
a pair of
September.
Shoes. Hey, it's not even that long,
but it's progress. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, oh, hey, I haven't bought any shoes since.
A lot of y'all that don't know me, I am a peasant. I don't buy nothing. I dress like a hobo.
For all those who know me, I dress like a hobo too. I just like shoes. Give me some jeans, a nice tee, and a hat. I'm good to go. A dad hat.
See, she said bullshit. So you bought a pair of shoes yesterday, didn't you? Why are you lying?
No, I didn't. She called bullshit all she wants to. I didn't buy no shoes. The last pair of shoes that I bought, actually, was in September, and now that was my bows. I ain't had those on yet.
See, exactly.
However,
the difference is we can do that.
Yeah,
we put ourselves in positions where we can do that.
You put yourself in a position.
If you are not in the position to be able to do that, don't be buying shit that you don't need. You don't need 5 pairs of shoes. I mean, I don't know. No, let me. You know what I'm saying? But
pick something else to talk about, because I have quite a few. I have more than 5.
Okay, fine, whatever. But again, you can do that. But if you can't afford to do stuff like that, don't do it. But it's plain and simple.
It's more so about putting things in a perspective as far as
know how to prioritize.
Exactly. And don't spend today what you gonna need tomorrow.
Exactly.
You
learn how to delegate, prioritize, and fucking pick up a book. Pick up a
They
goddamn
say
book.
if you wanna have something from somebody, put it in the
Put
book.
it in the book. Clearly, because half the world don't know how to do nothing. So I know none of them ever picked up a book. So like I said, a lot of stuff I learned from my parents, but the stuff that I didn't learn from my parents, I learned from my book. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Lay jumped in. DeMarcus, I had money saved. That
Rainy day. Do you have money now? Did you? I mean, unless it just happened like yesterday. Or
first
something.
of all, who the hell is she cussing at?
I know, damn, fuck me, I'm okay.
Who the hell is she cussing at? Her mama had to type that. God, I don't play. I don't play. Me don't play like that, no.
Now, obviously, if you're like 16, 17, 18, okay, I'm not expecting you to have an outlandish amount of savings. You still with mommy and daddy.
Well, yeah,
But if you you grown, then I mean, learn. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. At some point, you have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go out and buy.
Shit that you
Let's say
know.
a shoe.
Yeah,
Let's say
yeah.
shoes. Don't go out. What's today? The 19th.
Mhm.
Don't go and buy a pair of shoes because shoes now are at least $100.
Yeah.
Don't go out here. I'm sorry, at least $230.
Yeah.
Don't go out here and buy shoes for $230, and then in 2 weeks when the rent due, you like, damn, I need $200. I'm sure.
Exactly.
You spent your money on the shoes,
And I
that
know-
means you couldn't afford it at that point. You couldn't afford the
I
couldn't
just-
afford that shoe. Just because you had the money at that time don't mean you can afford it. You have to be able to buy a pair of shoes. I say 3 times. If you can't buy the same shoe 3 times, then damn it, you don't get the shoe.
You don't get the shoes.
You know what I'm saying? That's
I say that with most things in life, outside of like the big stuff, like big ticket items like a house
right.
or
Right.
like a car or
Right.
something like that. If you can't buy it, at least for me, it's about 5. If I can't buy it 5 times over, then I don't need it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not saying you should you should start spending all that kind of money if you do have it.
Right.
But if it's something that you really, really want, if you can't buy it 5 times over, you don't need it. If the shoe costs $250, and if you can't spend what's 5 times $250? $2,500, then don't buy that shit. $250 times 5, right? That's $2,500. Did I do that math wrong? But still, nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? That's how I live. If I can't afford to do it, then if I can't afford to do it at least 3 times, I'm not buying it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. The Wanda jumps back in. She's that's when you should have the most savings because you're with your parents. Oh, when you live with parents,
Yeah.
you don't pay any bills. My opinion. But yeah, and I agree. You know what I'm saying?
I
But it
agree.
depends on the household as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
every parent ain't like, oh, you can't. They ain't here for free. You paying half of their rent, ho.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I pay for stuff, so that's why-
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I pay
However,
for it,
you're
yeah.
not paying the bulk of it.
Yeah, I'm not paying
Do
the
my
bulk
kids
of it.
pay rent? Yes, they do. However, they ain't paying all my rent.
Exactly.
You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? Do they buy? They don't pay for lights? They don't pay for water? You know what I'm saying? Like they don't. If they
My
want
dad
something,
just writes if my bill just for me is like $400, he'd write a check for another 5 or something like that. So if I'm spending like $1,000 probably a month to subsidize him. You know what I'm saying? Because I stay at their house. But
Well,
and
that's
I'm
not-
perfectly fine with
I
that.
was gonna say,
That
that's
ain't
not bad.
That ain't nothing for real.
Yeah.
Especially how much I eat.
because
goddamn,
yeah,
you
you
know
a whole
what I'm saying?
grown niggas.
But for everybody that don't know, me and my parents, we have a situation, so we good. We have our own little situation.
Yeah, I mean, and by all
You know what I'm
means,
saying? But
by all means.
But like I said-
Carlina jumped in. Hold on. Said, sometimes try to live beyond their. Sometimes people
yeah.
try to live beyond their means, just
Try
to
to
try to
fit in.
fit with society. Basically, trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I did
and
the
that's
exact
where.
opposite. I did the exact opposite.
Yeah, people do that all the time. Like,
All
why are
the
you
time.
in a competition with who?
With who? Goddamn, you ain't got nothing that I want. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
I mean, if you like what you like, then that's one thing. That's
Yeah.
something you have to.
But if you
get
living
fixed.
trying to keep up with people like, oh man, Jessica just bought a brand new car, now I gotta go buy a brand new car. Then I mean, you living wrong. You know?
Mhm.
But
One, they don't pay shit.
we pay. Damn. Putting all your business. You know what I'm saying?
She will. She will.
Eventually.
Soon. Very soon. She will be paying. But yeah, all of that is just, that whole post was just dumb.
Dumb. The
Did
dumbest
he
post I've ever
respond?
seen.
Did you respond back to him after he said what he said about you're the reason why?
Oh yeah, I've been.
You're
I've
part
been
of the
responding.
reason.
Yeah, I've been responding to that part. When he said I was the reason, blah blah blah, and I said because I'm saying everyone is capable of having a savings, and then I was like, LOL, this whole generation is backwards, as in like we're fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? This is how you think we're fucking stupid.
What'd he say?
And then he was like, have you taken your child to the ER in the last decade? I have, and I pay $650 a month for healthcare for me and my kids, and I was still left with $1,200 bill. But he was just telling me about his life. And then he said, I make over $100K a year. I was in the Army Special Forces for 10 years. I worked my fucking ass off for 99% of everyone on this planet. But I can tell you right now that the system is not rigged to help us or some shit like that. It's rigged to be against us. And I said that may be true. The system isn't rigged to help us, but you can learn how to fuck the system yourself. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to do shit on your own. You don't need the government to be your daddy.
And sometimes it's not even about that. Sometimes it's more so of you just being aware of what it is and you making your own opportunity. Everybody ain't gonna come and knock up. Hey, I got an opportunity for you.
Yeah, you gotta make your own opportunities, and that's the thing. Again, even with obviously the situation I'm in, like I said, I'm alright. You know what I'm saying? Even with that,
Wanda agrees with you.
Yeah.
She's so
I was so tempted, but I was like, let me continue to feel civilized here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But my thing is, yes, with me, I do stay at home, this and that. But even if I wasn't, everything that I own, I still would have owned. Because the only thing I would have done different, the house that I bought, my very first house, I still would have paid cash for the house because I still would have had the money to pay for it because that wouldn't have changed. And the only difference was, instead of renting that house out, the whole house, I would have just room for rented. I would have moved in upstairs and then I'll rent each of the other rooms. You got to be able to, and that, yes, that's uncomfortable, but I'm okay with being uncomfortable if I'm able to make some money.
It sounds like a fucking strategy. Like you had a plan.
Yeah.
You didn't just jump out the fucking window and was like, hey, I'm going to do this. And you sat down, you thought about it, you thought it through, and you came to a conclusion.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and do this. Because now you done weighed your pros and you done weighed your cons. You done put them together. You done weighed your pros and your cons. And you say, you know what? I'm going to take this. It's just like being investing.
Yeah.
You know, when you are an investor, you want to sit here. You want to, okay, well, what do you have? And if everything works out good, I know everything's going to be good. But what are the cons?
Yeah.
What's going to happen if this goes awry?
Yeah. Because like I said, when I bought the house, there was a possibility in my head. My parents never said anything, but I was like, they may say I have to move out. But I was like, even if that's the case, I'll still be all right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, especially because I paid for the house cash, so I didn't have any bills for it. But the only difference would have been I would just, what do they call it, house hack or whatever. I would have room for rented all my rooms, which I already do. But I would have room for rented my rooms, and I would just have one of the bedrooms be mine. So I still would have been making money off this house regardless. So there is no reason somebody can't make it. If they want to, they can do it.
They definitely can. There are so many ways that you can get money. There are so many ways that you can save money. If you need it, hit us up. We can give you a couple ideas. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm telling you.
Because I'm buying some shoes tomorrow.
Look at this motherfucker. But I'm telling y'all.
I'm buying shoes tomorrow.
If you need any kind of advice of how to do things, hit me up, man. I know stuff. I know I look young, but I'm not.
But you know, and a lot of times, you might need to change your circle too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
number one,
change your circle. Change who you're hanging around with. That's probably why you don't have a fucking savings account.
Exactly. Because everybody in your friends, hey, let's go out, let's go spend $1,000 tonight. I'm like, yo, if you ain't got it like that, don't do it. But if all your friends are like that, then hey, such is life, I guess. I got some shoes that I like since you brought it up. Oh, that's his life.
Oh no, I'm going shoe shopping for myself. You ain't got no money. Okay. But that's one of those things where it's just dumb. Like I always tell people, if you can't afford this stuff, leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Don't try to impress me.
Don't impress me.
It takes a lot to impress me.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about them damn shoes. I can go get them shoes. I'm not impressed.
Yeah. My thing is, if your circle, if everybody is trying to, what's the word? Outshine the other in response to like, oh, he bought some shoes, I'm gonna go get me some shoes. He bought a car, I'm about to go get me a brand new car. If they ain't if that's how they still talking and you grown, then you need to leave that circle.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Especially if you try to put them on game in any certain way, or just like trying to help them figure something out, and they're still like, no, I don't want to hear it, then you need to leave the circle. It is what it is.
Yeah, because he might be the reason why you don't have an account.
Yeah. He's the reason why you don't got a savings, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, every time y'all go out somewhere, you want to pour it up like you in LA. And, you know what I'm saying? Like you are a ball. You're not. You ain't on nobody reality TV. You ain't on nobody football field, basketball court. You ain't in nobody's studio. You're not on nobody's. You're not doing no seminars on whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
I said,
how are you trying to impress these people?
Yeah.
Impress me by saving.
Exactly.
Show me how much money you got in your account. Show me the investments that you've made. You know what I'm saying?
And my thing is, everybody teach their own. If you truly are barely making ends meet, and if you are barely making ends meet, and you are doing everything you can to save, and you are saving the little amount that you're saving, I applaud you more than I applaud someone that is making more money than you, but is not saving anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Colin jumped in. Yep, sometimes you will pour into other people so much, but when you are empty, who is going to pour into you? There you go. That's why people ain't got no damn savings account, because they keep pouring into everybody else. Oh, you need what? You need something? Let's go get some Hennessy. You better drink that damn Paul Masson. You better drink that damn Aristocrat at the bottom. You better bet when you go to the liquor store, you better get whatever on that bottom shelf, because you can't afford no damn Hennessy at this time.
I said, also, this is my generation more so. You got to stop living for the weekend. If you down and out, stop living for the weekend. Oh, I'm saving all this money so I can go spend it all this weekend.
Exactly.
You got to stop living like that. That's the dumbest way to live. That'll keep you in poverty for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's one thing, because I ain't living for the damn weekend.
Yeah.
Unless if you working and you like, I just can't wait to get off.
Well, yeah,
and just
okay.
Be off, then, yeah, that's different.
When I say live for the weekend, like I'm waiting. I can't wait to spend this money, type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how you live in life. You ain't living right.
Living for social media. That's another one. That's why your savings account.
That's why your savings account don't exist.
You living for social media. KJ jumped in. That's right.
That's right.
I definitely agree. You can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? I actually seen a post where this guy asked somebody at a gas station.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Can I take a picture
with your car?
Oh, you want to sit on the hood of my car and take a picture, and then you drive off and get into your little, what is that? The little beep.
It was where he's driving a Kia. Oh, look at this.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with those cars, but it was just like,
nothing wrong. But
you know what I'm saying?
Stop trying to shine for people that
live with the money that you make, not the money that you hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like,
just live within your means, and then try to save. You ain't even try. Save. It's easy. I hate to say it, but it's easy.
It really is easy. And a lot of times people don't understand that there's so many things that you could do on a budget and still have a full, sociable,
livable life.
Yeah.
I know things are expensive these days, but again, look at what you need, see how much everything you need costs, and live below that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Live below it, and if you want to do something like for a weekend that will cost money, plan for that shit. Don't just be like, well, fuck it, I just got paid. I just have to blow this check, you know what I'm saying? And then next week you can't afford to pay your bills. That's the stupidest way to live. Live like you have a fucking future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all you gotta live like you have a future.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you'll be saving more money than you ever have.
You definitely will. And that's the thing people don't look at. They look at the right now. Look at the later on. And I understand people are like, I want to look at the big picture. Fuck the picture. What the picture hanging on? That's what I want to see. What is the picture hanging on? If it's not hanging on, you know what I'm saying? Like, that means you have to look outside the fucking picture. Don't sit here and just be like, oh, the bigger picture is, no, you got to go a little deeper. I want to see a little bit more.
Yeah.
And you're not giving that. You have to, like you said, learn to live within your means. Don't be out here, oh, I'm going to go get this BMW, and you can't afford it. Tax time is coming up. Everybody about to get nigga rich.
Boy.
We all,
yes,
everybody about to
I already
get
know
rich.
everybody about to do all that.
I want to know how many of y'all going to start a saving account, though.
Yeah.
Hey, you can start a saving account. You can start investing. You can start a business. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different things that you can start, but everybody's going to go get a man, a TV, and a new bed set, and a car that they going to have for 3 months.
Exactly. Instead of going, my thing is, if you got bills that need to get paid, pay them. If you got the money to pay your bills. That's the best way to get ahead, because once you knock out some of the debt that you got, which brings me to a whole nother video that I think we should do at some point.
What's
that? There's good debt, there's bad debt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tiffany jumped in. Happy Wednesday. This summer some BBL. When they get them tax money, they're gonna go get they're gonna get them butts. You gonna come home from off the shit, be like, damn girl, I'm to your stomach. It just fell.
It just fell off.
In your ass, huh?
Like, who did that? Did somebody do that?
The goddamn motherfucker, who that?
Somebody did do that. You know who did it? Yeah, just think.
I did?
We both did.
I do know somebody who did. Yeah, okay.
But anyways, depending on, because you can dress for the job you want, but then spend all the money just for you to get the job. What?
I think that whole, what DeMarcus is saying, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. The concept is, it depends on the job situation.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying? Like if you're working in an office,
corporate world,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That don't really pertain to real life, not for real. Not anymore, not like it used to. Because nowadays, especially nowadays, you can come there in sweatpants and a t-shirt and you can get the job. It don't really matter. It depends what you want. Depends what the job is. So, but because if you want to be a plumber, what you gonna go around wearing a goddamn what do they wear? Coveralls and stuff like that all the time? I don't think so. But
Tiffany said she's sick of it. Wanda and Lay going back and forth.
I hope you stay pretty. Jesus Christ.
But it's a lot. It's a lot out here. There's so many reasons why you should have a savings account.
There's so many jobs right now. If I want to go get a job paying $12 to $15 an hour, I can go get it right now. Not saying that's outlandish money or anything like that, but there's money out here to be made. It's not like you can't get a job. Like when I first was looking for a job back in the day, there was almost no jobs available. You know what I'm saying? It was hard for me to get a job back when I first was looking for a job. Now it's so easy to get a job. You can get a job today, get another job that same day, and you can be working like 80. Yeah, you'd be killing yourself. You work at 80 hours, but you got money. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to be able to save.
Right.
Or not, at least knock out some of the bills. You don't have to do it forever. That's the thing that people don't understand. You don't have to live like that forever. Just until you can get ahead. If not even ahead, get situated. You know what I'm saying? To where like, okay, I knocked out the bills, the big bills. So now I can scale back. I don't need to work 80 hours a week. I can work my regular 40 and still be okay. So that's what people's not listening.
Yeah. And like back in the day, it is easy to get a job now, and I try to.
Especially right now, because nobody wants to work.
That's what Tiffany just said. It's very easy to get a job right now.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, because somebody like me, it was hard for me because they wanted to give me the shit end of the stick for whatever job it was because my dreads. They didn't think they were professional, and I had to cut my hair or because I might look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But
Exactly. Back then, they were very picky about shit. Now
Yeah,
they
yeah, I
don't
ran
really picky about
circles.
shit. Can you put this fucking food in the bag? You can. Okay, you
Yeah.
got a job. Literally, I don't want to hear nobody say they can't get a job or they can't make any money. Shut your shit up.
oh, somebody said nothing wrong with extra money. They got Uber. Oh, KJ said it.
They got Uber and
They got Uber and everything.
Exactly.
So you can go DoorDash, you can go
DoorDash.
do Uber, you can do Instacart. There's so many things you do. They even got this one thing. They got this little Vab or whatever. I think it's called Vab or Vote.
I don't know.
You can sell fucking pictures. You just take a picture on your cell phone and just post it, and it's good. Like you just, like of sceneries.
Yeah.
You can go to the mountains like or whatever, and they have this thing. You just post them under there, and every time somebody downloads your picture, you get paid for it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like that is it's awesome. There are so many different ways that you can go out here and get money. So give me one reason. Somebody give me one reason on why you can't have a savings account. How is it a fucking privilege?
Exactly. I mean, they were giving me reasons, but I debunked all their reasons like it was nothing. I was like, you're dumb. I didn't say that, but I debunked the reason, and then they proceeded to not like me again. So, I think we touched on it.
Yeah, I think so
I think
too.
we're good
Well, want to jump in. That's why we have all these kids in positions that don't need.
to be in.
No customer service is no more. Or good customer service is no more. I think that's what she meant to say. But I think that's when we were saying it was easy to get a job.
Oh yeah. It is so easy to get a job, and a lot of motherfuckers don't realize you kind of have the power now. If you're looking for a job, you have the power because people need people, or they need people,
Yeah.
like desperately.
And you know, you become your own boss, and you get to make your own schedule.
When you
So
do
when you do all of that extra
DoorDash,
stuff,
yeah.
you can do all of that stuff, and it's just one of those things where you just gotta do it. So all in all, if you don't have a savings account, it's your fault. It's your own damn fault.
Own fault.
It's not me. It's not Mike. It's not the man trying to hold you down.
That's you.
Your own fault.
It's your own fault.
It's not your friends. It ain't your mama, your daddy, your guardian. It's none of them. It's all you now at this point. So go ahead. And at this point, I think minimum wage is $11 right now.
minimum wage is $11. Not saying that's outlandish money, but if you have one job, you can get two.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
go ahead and make that 22.
Yeah.
And do your scheduling. Hey, I can't work these 2 days, and I can't work these 2 days. Tell both jobs. That way, you still have 2 days off,
Exactly.
and just
So,
get it done.
I don't want to hear it.
What if you have kids and bills like little kids and working a job minimum wage?
Get another job. What did I just say?
I've been there, so
Get another. My mom was there. At some
yeah,
point. She worked like 3 jobs.
yeah, we
And
had 4 little kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We worked a little bit more than minimum wage, but you know, at some point we still had 4 kids, and we had to do what we had to do. I mean,
And I get it. At times their professionalism does suck, but I mean, who gives a shit? If you can get a job, get a job. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. At some point, things will correct itself, where people will be like, okay, so I can't get fired again. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Freaking things will get better, but as of right now, there is no reason why you're not working. There's no reason why you can't get a job. So
That you're absolutely right. So get your saving account. You can open them up online. You can go into the store and do it. There are so many cars out here that have programs. What kind of savings accounts you can? You know what I'm saying. Look at the interest on it. Let it build up, and then start. You know,
figuring out from there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then start saving for a rainy day. At some point, you will be able to do it.
And a rainy day is before I'm gonna cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
A rainy day does not mean shop on a rainy day. It means when shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Like when your car break down, when you got a unexpected
some unexpected bill, or the plumbing
hot water
heater,
heater,
water heater, something like that. That's a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? Not a new pair of shoes, not what else? A concert ticket or whatever.
Yeah,
those aren't rainy days. Those, you know what I'm saying? But okay.
Nowadays it seems like as if you need 2 or 3 jobs to get by.
And
In the beginning, it's going to be like that. In the beginning, Carlina, because you're just starting out. So yeah, go ahead and get a second job, but let the money from the second job grow your saving account.
Yeah.
Don't be like, oh, I got
That's
this.
what I said to the guy. I was like, if your first job isn't cutting it, or if your first job is able to pay all of your bills, but you have nothing left over, and you get that second job, that's your savings account.
Exactly.
That's the one that puts your savings.
Let me see your Amazon account, Daryl.
All right, we're done.
All right, so yeah, we're definitely done because she wants to go into my business now. I'm sick of it too. Because that ain't got nothing to do with nobody.
It ain't nothing to do with nobody. You just talking now.
I ain't bought nothing all day. But it's all good. But definitely, just if you're reading this, if you're listening to this and reading the comments, let us know about your savings accounts.
You have to tell us what you got. Just see what.
Oh yeah, I don't want to know the amount unless you're gonna give me some. Yeah. But if you're saving up, I want to hear your opinion. Do you think that a saving account is a privilege? Why do you feel that is a privilege? And he's read the post several times tonight, so it's in there.
It's in there.
Just listen up. But that's it for me.
That's it for me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and definitely, if you want to join our channel.
Yeah, definitely. We're starting to post the videos that are lives onto our YouTube channel. So you'll be able to find it there. I also have a Linktree, what is it called? Link that I'm actually going to leave up here so you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as my clothing store.
And I have my YouTube channel, Kited for Life, and I'm pretty sure he'll put it down below. And like I said, I talk more about this stuff and my regular day in the life owning a couple properties. So if y'all want to see how that goes, let us know.
Definitely. Yep. Wanda just posted me up right here. I'm going to go ahead and pin that to the top. You knew what to do.
You already know.
All right, but we'll see y'all later. Until then, be easy and stay with it.
Stay with it.